Alright guys, we're back for Essentials TF's coverage of ESU Rumble in Lidköping, Sweden. Up next will be round 2 of the Swiss system with Lowpander and Banana eSports. First time we're seeing Lowpander on the stream. Should be pretty interesting, I'm quite excited.
Absolutely, it's going to be a really cool game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I want to see, especially, I mean, it's going to be probably pretty one-sided as it is one of the top 3 teams versus one of the lower teams. But I want to see how Lowpander do, especially with Pappy, you know, leading the reins, big
definitely.
main caller.
Seeing Mon as well on LAN, his second LAN, is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. I was saying that earlier when we first opened up the stream. Me and TurboTabs were talking about it. That after Mr. Epic's first, I don't think he had a particularly great first LAN at I61, but I think that was maybe just first LAN jitters or whatever. I think he's probably going to play well this time around.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, I don't know if I've not really had to look at what games they've played up until now. But again, I imagine it was lower seeded teams.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's probably not very telling from the logs to look at anything. But yeah, anyone else to watch out for?
I know that the first game, Khaled was doing some work. So I don't know if maybe he can do something here in this game to maybe even it out a bit. But I don't know. I think Funz is a man to watch out for.
Yeah, Funz has a good LAN record.
Yeah,
like
for
every
sure.
LAN he plays, he's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because the first one, or when he played was it Xenix at I58? I think it was Xenix. Or one of those teams. He was good then. He was good at GA with my team, and he was good at I61 with Lowpander then. Like when Mon and Lowpander played at I61, it was like Funz was really good, as everyone kind of expected him to be. But I think Lowpander had some uncomfortable atmosphere, or, you know, because 3 of them were new to LAN at I61. But this time around, a bit more experience.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a bit easier for them. Maybe Pappy's going to bring the energy to the squad and they're going to
maybe.
be crazy.
He's a very energetic player.
You played with him in I61.
He's a very good main caller, from my experience. He's good at leading the team. So it's going to be interesting to see how he impacts Lowpander with his calls.
Yeah, he kind of climbed the ranks as, you know, he not been playing competitive in a lot of teams for very long, but he's climbed the ranks very quickly. And he's showed that he's capable not only just like as a mechanically skilled player, but especially in the last like season or 2 with the new Nanya, the choke busters.
Yeah.
How he's like calling a lot more, and you know, he's got his own kind of way of doing things in the game. And from what I've heard of all the people that have played with him, he's good at doing it. He's one of those.
Definitely.
And main callers aren't very common in TF2 these days.
He's very good at coordinating a team, which is very crucial when you haven't been playing together for that long. So maybe that would work in the favor for Lowpander.
Maybe it's kind of a shift because he played Roamer for so long, and now he's gone to playing Pocket this season with the choke busters and now with Lowpander.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going from the flank to the combo. He just takes over a team because he was very vocal on Roamer anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and well, I don't want to just talk about Pappy for the whole LAN. I mean, as good as he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, stepping in for Ubers is going to be a big one. I'm expecting big things from Mookie, actually. I think Mookie's a bit underrated. Like, I think he's probably the best roamer, like, actively playing in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, Drax, really good as well, but Seven only playing, like, the monthly cups.
Yeah.
I'm kind of taking him out of the equation. And Mookie, like, since the run up to I61, I think he practiced a lot more DM and worked on a lot of his weaknesses, and Mookie's like really good at roamer now, or flex. I guess he's still flex.
He doesn't like that term himself.
Does he not?
No, I've heard about it.
Okay.
He just like to see it as off-classing and not as a flex role.
Yeah, because that was like the big, whenever anyone talked about Lowpander, it was like, oh, they play with a flex.
Yeah.
But, so did he ever call it flex himself?
I have never heard him say flex.
Okay. I didn't know that.
How do you know?
I think we're going to take it to some pre-game. That's what production's telling us. So we're going to have a look at the server in a second, just to see some of those pre-game plays. I don't know how much longer it'll be before we go live. As you can see, we're 11 on the server just now. I think it's just one of the Lowpander guys that's still to connect. Okay, we have 6 on, so we should be starting pretty soon. Who are you going to watch to mid, Alba?
I think I'm gonna follow. I think I'm gonna follow Mookie to mid actually.
Yeah? It's a good person to watch to mid. I'm going to watch maybe Mookie as well, actually. Mookie and Khaled, you were giving him props earlier. So maybe he's going to make some more plays. I don't know though, and again I want to see, oh you know what I'd like to see, because it's Gully Wash, Mr. Epic maybe doing the sniper mid, because Lowpander have done that in the past. I don't know if, do you know how long Pappy's been playing with Lowpander?
I think only for like 1.5 weeks or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 2 weeks. I'm actually not sure, but I think it's around 1.5, 2 weeks.
Okay. Have you guys played practice games against them at all?
No, not against Lowpander. We played Chokebusters and we played Lego.
Lego.
Yeah.
Okay. How's LAN going so far then? That's from Pizza Polished side.
I mean, we played Furotech.
Yeah.
I think we see it as warm-up, and we definitely have more to prove.
Yeah, I'd expect so. I mean, I think everyone's first game historically on LAN is always just a bit of a write-off. Anyway, we are going live to this first mid. I'm going to have a look at Mookie, as you said. Let's see what he can do. He's on the original. No shenanigans of off-classing just about now. Gonna take it to the overcam head from my point of view just to see what I can see. Hildreth and Mr. Epic playing on the top left, actually getting pressured a lot by Banana eSports. Frags going either way, kind of in favor of Lowpander, but not by much. Mr. Epic and Funds cleaning this up. Martin dodging really well, not being hit for much damage at all, and that's a pretty clean mid-fight for Lowpander. All their heavy classes going down, but Funds and Mr. Epic were comfortably buffed for almost all of that fight. Yeah,
definitely. Mookie did a really good bomb from the point. They landed on top of the soldier that was on the fence to take him out.
And it looks like they're going to have 80% Uber advantage at this point. Everyone spawned by now for Banana eSports, so they will have full off classes set up for last. They've got a sentry behind the point, an NG top right with a sniper running there as well. It looks like Lowpander are just shaping up to get this Uber going from lower main.
Oh, Fans actually gets taken out by a sticky trap from Ananash. Really nice one. So they're pushing in here, popping the Uber, but they do get 2 kills here on Kronk and on the medic referral, so they should just try to get out with Martin, but he actually gets taken out. So Lowpander is currently falling back here. It's going to be a small Uber advantage for Banana eSports.
Yeah, they didn't get onto the sentry at all that was behind the point, and I think they had time to run a pyro as well. I don't know if that was a switch off from the sniper or another one of the off classes, but that's something that a lot of teams seem to be failing to do, at least so far this LAN, and a lot these days in general, I guess, is when they take Uber advantages into last pushes, they don't focus specific targets with like off-classing. Sometimes they tend to tunnel vision the medic, and I feel like if they had dedicated more of the resources in the push to dealing with the sentry, maybe it would have been completely different if Funds didn't get killed by a sticky trap, but yeah, they didn't really address the issues of the off classes, and those are the things that have the really big impact when it comes to holding last.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we can see an NG again on this last hold for Banana eSports. Karate Farmers in spawn on Spy, just doing the Spy checking at the moment, but Lowpander don't actually have any off classes, as we do have a pause. I don't know what that could be related to. It looks like everyone's on the server.
Yeah.
Maybe someone timed out. In any case, it's pretty much downtime. Do you want to talk more about Pizza Polished? I'd quite like to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of want to bring up though in this game that Banana eSports decided not to push with their Uber advantage. It was quite a small one, so it's probably a wiser choice to try to defend last for another round and maybe get a bigger advantage to push out with. Because Galluwash is kind of a tricky map to push out of last. Because you really have to lock down the lower and the lobby area and try to go from Riverside.
Yeah, I think
get that height.
Yeah, especially with I don't know when that kind of started happening, but nowadays it's common practice to just secure lobby with your demo man, maybe someone else, and just send everyone up from the high ground, because otherwise a lot of pushes out of last end up being really risky. And not just on Gully Wash, like a lot of maps, but I mean, It's still really early in the map, still 0-0. Maybe they just don't want to take any unnecessary risks. But we will see Lowpander getting Uber, and it should be pretty even. Now that they're getting Uber, they are starting to take lobby and adjusting their position a little bit. Yeah, Hildreth actually dying to another sticky trap from Ananash, so that's an opening pick. Maybe something for them to do. Khaled's taking the heals into lobby, followed by his demo and his medic. Mookie's up on Attic and River. But they're not doing too much to slow this down. Pappy there as well. They're putting good damage now onto Khaled and Gufrel and kind of halting that aggression. And Hildreth has spawned now, and he will be back with the rest of Lowpander, so they're going to have to cancel this push forward. But Ananash is still quite forward in lobby. There's a scout in main. They're so close to each other. Ananash taking a lot of damage, going really weak, down to 31 HP. But he will survive.
Yeah, I think it was a smart decision by Banana to cancel that push, because they didn't get anything by the time they got to the top. So it's better to just play the safe card and go back to last.
Yeah, ooh, Mr. Epic actually dying to the sniper from Karate Farmer. So that is the opening pick after them playing it safe. Mookie in lower gets the sentry gun, or sorry, in water, but he dies for it. So now they have 2 picks, Banana Esports. This is definitely room to do something.
Yeah.
There's some stickies in lobby, but Karate Farmer's been able to pressure Hildreth back, and they hear that the stickies have been dead. They're taking high ground on top. And Mookie's still not in the fight, he's still in the respawn queue, and one scout's coming in from Big Door. They're starting to push forward now, but they've just taken so much spam, and they're going to have to cancel this push again.
Yeah, both slowly took so much damage, so they couldn't really continue forward there.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult for them to move, and again, they could have committed to that, but I think it was wise for them to back up, because if they had committed, even though they still had a pick and Mookie was still dead, their health really wasn't great, and they had a lot of position to cover, so there wasn't much that they could do.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed by Banana Esports. They're managing to hold back Lowpander at the moment, and I think they're doing a smart job and doing a lot of smart decisions when it comes to like pulling back from pushes that would most likely fail. Like, they're not taking any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, and again, it's good to do this early. But the Uber comes in from Lowpander, just trying to take an exchange. They're baiting some aggression from Khaled and Gufrel, but they're not taking the bait. Again, playing pretty safe, but they're not losing any opportunities here. The point being played by Mookie on the backlines, gets the pick onto Kronk. Funds and Mr. Epic following up again. They're putting so much pressure on the cap, and they do actually manage to get it, wiping Banana Esports in the process.
Yeah, that was a very quick last push. Mookie just bombed the point and got a lot of cap time. And fans came in from River, I believe, and just played the point there.
Yeah, and Mr. Epic was there right behind them to follow up. So the flank of Lowpander coming in big with pretty unique play. I think that was their plan, I guess, when they did the exchange initially, but it didn't strike me as that obvious immediately. Anyway, right now Khaled's playing under on this mid fight as Lowpander have taken their enemy side. So much pressure onto Martin and Funds. They both go down. Hildreth with a follow-up 2 frags with a really nice pipe. And now it's a bit of a messy DM fight, but Mookie and Pappy, without that much health, they're managing to get the frags, and Kufrel is way out.
Oh, he actually gets the kill on Mookie there from the big doors up to the choke.
Wow.
They managed to escape as well.
They might actually be able to recontest off the back of that, because it's only Pappy on mid, and the spawners of Banana Esports are going to be coming in a lot sooner. There's a lot of cap time, but they're not quite contesting the cap, and they are going to give it up despite their 50% Uber advantage.
I think what they're doing here is smart. They're waiting for the spawners and building up that Uber, since they have a very large Uber advantage. So they should try to take this slow and hopefully not even pop walking into mid. And Lowpander really want to make sure to pop Banana when they walk in here.
They are coming in from drop down actually. Kufrel, Khaled and Ananash. They're a bit split up. Ananash taking a lot of damage. Pappy getting a pick onto a scout on the flank. They have managed to not pop, just as you said.
Pappy is actually on the backup here, getting some good cap time. And Banana is not responding currently to the backup. Spirit is starting to move back to the second point. Look how much cap time Pappy has been getting. And now he's going behind it at the top. He's doing so many good distractions right here.
And they tried to pop in, but Martin got Uber in time, and now they're coming in with the counter Uber, and they're wreaking havoc on the Banana eSports squad on mid. Just Spirit left alive, leaving second with Ananash and Lobby, but after the back of the Kufril pick and the fact that they didn't cap mid, this is not going to be good for Banana eSports. Their demo going down finally, that's a full wipe. Pappy looking to move forward into Lobby with the rest of Lowpander swiftly moving behind him. There's only 2 of them left alive at the moment. Khalid and his medic on the top right. A couple more spawners in, but as long as they play the point and deny this, they do. And they do get the round for it.
Yeah, very solid play by Pappy there. He went behind, got a lot of cap time, and when they went back for him, he just jumped behind and kept distracting the Team Banana eSports for so long. That by the time when he was out, they managed to get the frags on Banana eSports.
That was really good. I mean, Banana eSports were playing it pretty safe. They managed to not pop and start getting cap time, but I like that Pappy went for the risky play and tried to create the back cap and make it happen. Going on to this mid, actually, Pappy playing on the point with Funds. They combined to get a good pick onto Khalid. They might be able to get damage.
Actually on the medic. He gets the medic and the demo man. It's both Martin and Hildreth. This is 3 versus 3 right now. The health is not great for Banana as Kronk and Ananash gets cleaned up by Funds and Mon.
Yeah, that could have gone the other way. Kronk and Funds were in a 1v1 and they both got each other really weak, down to maybe 30 or 40 HP. Funds hitting the shot just before Kronk does, but I think if that had gone the other way, that could have been a different ending to that mid-fight.
Absolutely. But if it's anyone you want in a cleanup situation, it's Mon and Funds.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, they will be moving forward just after capping the second point. So Funds and Mon taking lobby now. I think it doesn't look like Funds is in lobby. Maybe he was checking for Aspire or something, but they have even Ubers, control of second point and control of River. There's only an NG as an off class at the moment, just with a level 1 on the defending team's right side for Banana eSports. Last time, Lowpander kind of struggled to deal with the off classes. You'd think being Lowpander, you know, they'd know what to expect or know how to react to things, but maybe this time they want to just take a little bit more time to check what the hold is before they create their play. Maybe they'll go for another Uber exchange play, because the last time they did that and they played for the point pressure post Uber exchange, it worked really well.
Yeah, definitely, and they are walking towards the river side now. So let's see what they're doing here. They actually got the dispenser, important pick.
The dispenser goes down. Mookie's holding River alone. Funds is in lower, and we've also got the sniper now of Karate Farmer, who's got a few entry picks in the past. Mookie bombing towards water. He's in below the point. There's no stickies on the point, so they might be able to make this play again. Another dispenser pick for Pappy. Mookie's pressuring the point, and they know he's down there. I don't know if they can...
actually going looking for him, and I don't think that's a wise decision. Fighting a soldier in the lower area is a suicide for a scout.
Yeah, it's very close quarters, you know. One rocket of splash and you can be juggled too badly to even fight again. He does deal some chip damage without risking anything there. Just a little bit of peeking. Mookie having to retreat to the kit, but he's not going to commit to that lower position, and he does get picked before he can get out. So Mookie going down, the sentry going down as well. I think they'll switch off the NG, and now they've got 6v5 in this position, Banana eSports.
Knowing Pappy, I don't think Lowpander is going to do anything here, so I think Banana should try to build another sentry, but it doesn't look like that's something that they want to do.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're just playing around their sniper a lot. They've been sticking to this as one of their primary off classes on the last so far. Khalid peeking balcony with Spirit. They're just playing around heals, trying to trade some spam and see if they can create any openings, it looks like. Hildreth actually going down to that very overextension in lobby that they were looking for. Funds and Mr. Epic pressuring really hard in lobby right now. 13 seconds on Hildreth's spawn timer, but Mookie gets a pick onto Kronk, so that will shut down any aggression that Banana eSports were looking to have. They get the counter frag onto Mookie again, so they have the 2 picks, but the thing is, at this point, the spawn time of Hildreth, he's just come back up, and he'll be back in the fight shortly. They're pushing up top. Karate Farmer taking a lot of damage, as well as Kufril. Karate Farmer getting dropped out of the 2 of them. Hildreth going down, but Martin's popped his Uber, and Pappy and Mr. Epic are in a good position to kill Kufril and not have much collateral damage from it. Martin goes down to the really nice bomb.
Taking out Martin there, yeah.
That was a really nice bomb, well timed.
Yeah, definitely. He baited his medic completely. He jumped away from Kufril, let him die, and then bombed in and took out Martin. as we see Mookie trying to go on the point again, but he's getting heavily spammed. He hits some nice direct. Oh, and Papi actually does a long-range spam rocket on Spirit and takes him out from Riverside.
Everyone from Lowpander is now, because I mean they were quite split up after Martin died to the Khaled play. Now they're kind of regrouping on Big Door. They're not in lobby yet. They don't really want to contest it when they, they were quite far away. They're starting to take it now, but it is pretty much even Ubers. I don't think either team's going to do anything too risky right now. It looks like Banana eSports are pretty content to hold last. Again.
Papi actually sitting in lower, praying for someone to overextend, but no one is even close to that area.
He's even got a bunch of stickies around him, courtesy of Hildreth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not, again, there's not too much going on, but this is kind of what Lowpander want. Like, they don't need to take any risks until they have Uber. They're 2 rounds up. They can play the time, just make sure that they're in a safe place. They don't want to do anything risky until, they've got the Uber as the fallback, If anything goes badly or they start taking damage, they have an Uber that they can use, but prior to getting into that position, they don't really want to take too many risks by going for lobby. But the thing is, we're seeing the same thing from Banana eSports, so it seems like both teams are playing quite passively, but I think they're just playing safe because there's still 16.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I think Banana eSports is either trying to grind down the round timer, or alternatively just wait to see if Lowpander is doing any mistakes. As I say that, Mookie actually takes out Karate Farmer. So let's see what they try to do with this pick here. I believe they might try to sack. Actually, they do get a lot of point presence here. Mookie actually gets a pick on Kronk. Papi getting taken out by the Karate Farmer's sentry. A lot of pretty decent cap time. Mookie is 7 HP in lower.
Getting the kit, and the scout does manage to come clean him up finally. He managed to get 2 scout kills while he was going to play that last cap there.
Yeah, I like the idea there from Lowpander, like putting some point pressure and sacking on the medic at the same time. Oh, unfortunately, Papi got taken out by the sentry.
I didn't notice, but Kufril had just popped Uber not that long ago, guys. They had forced with spam, and now they're using this Uber advantage to come in. There's a heavy on bottom left, a Pyro on top right. Pyro goes down instantly. Surely now the focus is the heavy. There's a soldier above the point, but there's no stickies. They should be able to play the cap. Hildreth with monolithic amounts of damage. Mr. Epic and Funds with the follow-up. It's just Spirit left on the cap. Kufril in spawn. That's the 3rd round for Lowpander. Expertly pushed, and this time they dealt with the off-classes perfectly.
Yeah, this was a very solid push with very good focus fire. And Hildreth hit a really nice pipe on the soldier that was in the air.
Big air shot.
Big air shot.
It was off the back of Mookie's play as well. He did really well to bait 2 scouts to the point and stay alive for so long.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, like I said, I didn't see it, but they managed to get the force off the back of his distraction. So well played to Mookie.
Yeah, I'm actually going to follow Ananash on this mid. He's just sitting on the lower. He's trying to walk up, but he takes a lot of damage from stickies from Hildreth. So actually picks both Ananash and Kufril, and frags are going Lowpander's way here. They're getting 4 quick frags. So let's see what type of play Spirit is trying to make. He's actually bombing with the market corner.
He doesn't quite manage to get it. He was the last one alive. Kind of a last-ditch attempt to get onto Martin, but Martin just too good.
Yeah.
Him and Moogie will be getting onto second. I think Moogie's just taking a buff. He's looking to go into lobby. He's playing deep in river. Maybe trying to do those point play shenanigans that have been working so well for them so far.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to just stick with something textbook. They've got a good Uber advantage. They know what the situation is with the last hold. Hildreth and Mr. Epic are in river. Pappy's going to be quite a bit behind them, but they're taking the Uber in now. Funds, or Mr. Epic, sorry, leading this. Funds getting the pick onto the soldier that was overextended in the lobby. Martin dies at the tail end of the Uber, but it shouldn't matter too much. They've got a lot of damage. 4 players alive for Lowpander, 3 for Banana eSports. They're playing the cap.
So much cap time, and no one is able to respond to that.
There was nothing at all. I don't think I've seen stickies on the last point at any point for Banana eSports thus far this game.
Yeah, it feels like Lowpander very easily can just play the point and get good cap time and bait people onto it.
And they've been, they've been pushed back a lot or distracted by Mookie's playing on the point. I feel like Ananash, maybe if he just plays under the point and keeps stickies on it, he can keep water safe for Mookie and he can prevent caps like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see what Banana does this time. They're taking the left side safe here, and big bomb coming in from Papi and curving off and doing so much damage, and the frags are once again coming the way of Lowpander, just dominating this mid. As I say that though, Ananash is a nice pipe onto Mon, but he's doomed to die. He actually gets the frag onto Papi as well. He's doing a lot of damage right now and he jumps out.
Well, they managed to keep their demo alive then off the back of his crazy DM plays. So they should at least have something stable for last to build their hold around. If he had had a late death, this would have been disastrous.
Yeah, definitely. It was really good that he jumped up to River there.
Yeah, I feel like he was kind of caught in no man's land when Papi was aggressing onto him around the choke, but he managed to get that kill, maybe with a sticky trap. I'm not sure what it was, but after getting that play, it was really good timing to leave. We actually see some other good timing from Kronk on the spy, because it's only a 50% advantage that Martin and Lowpander have right now. They're still trying to take lobby. Kronk decloaking behind them in Shutter. I don't know if he'll catch up to them. Oh. Yeah, the Uber comes in. Papi's not noticed that he's on spy. This is not going to be great for the last hold because he's not having much impact right now. Ananash dying early. Funz and Mookie both going to the point to play it. There is a Pyro that might be able to hold. Kronk had died on spy. It's just a few players left alive for Banana Esports, but they're managing to pull it off. Khaled and Spirit, both soldiers staying alive for the duration of that
just
time.
As Kronk was coming up to backstab Hildreth, he turned around and double piped Kronk.
Big Hildreth. He had a really nice play on mid as well, so Hildreth playing very good so far. Taking a lot of damage, does get cleaned up by the Uber aggressively coming out of Kufril because he did survive for the duration of that last push. They're on to Mr. Epic, but there's Mookie on the high ground of second, just putting out so much damage.
Funz is actually on the back cap, but he gets cleaned out by Spirit, who has only 20 HP remaining. That could have been the last round for Lowpander that they need.
Yeah, they got a nice first pick on Hildreth when they Ubered out Big Door, Banana Esports that is, but they kind of split up after that, and Mookie was just raining damage on them. They got very split up, and Martin managed to make it out, and Kronk managed to make it out, but Kronk could just cap. But because Martin made it out alive and Kufril had died after the Uber, Lowpander have a 60% Uber advantage, and they're on mid, 4 rounds up. It's looking pretty comfortable. They're actually looking to push before they get Uber. They're not expecting Banana Esports to have any forward healed players, so they're walking in. Funz and Mr. Epic combining for a couple frags. Papi died as a sacrifice for it, but Funz is bringing so much attention back. So much attention back behind the point. Mr. Epic following up, and that is so much damage and frags. Just Kronk left alive. He'll surely go down. 1 HP, and he does die, so that's a full wipe, full Uber advantage with only 2 players left alive. 1 more spawner in the next 3 seconds. Lowpander will surely, if they can leave 1 to cap second, they should be able to push last now and cap.
Yeah, 1 is going back to cap it, so they actually don't have a scout with them at the moment, so they're deciding to wait for Funz and Timon to be in that push.
In that situation, maybe I would have liked to see a soldier cap, but they are taking the Uber in now that Mr. Epic is with them. They're coming in on the right side. There's a heavy and pyro on left. They get the soldier on the point. He was the only forward frag. Mookie's put so much damage into the heavy that we just need some follow-up. 15 HP on the demo on top right, but they're not focus firing, and Lowpander losing frags left, right, and center. It's just Hildreth and Martin left alive. 4 players of Banana Esports, both of their off classes managing to stay alive. So back to the original mistakes Lowpander were making.
Kronk was doing a really good job in Secret there. He was 1v1ing Mon as the Pyro class. Managed to take him out. So we see Banana Esports actually pushing forward here from that lower area, keeping Funz out of the fight, but Ananash hits a nice pipe onto Funz.
Quite a lot of damage on the Banana Esports players. Kufril being quite weak. They're not being able to get into second cleanly. Some of them get in, but they're going 1 at a time. Ananash having to back out, and they're just all getting cleaned up by Funz and Mr. Epic, who have been going crazy this whole land. Kronk, maybe if he can get 2 kills on the Pyro, he does kill both scouts. Pyro update, ladies and gentlemen. Ridiculous damage from those flamethrowers. Hildreth is going to be in, gets the pick onto Karate Farmer, but Kronk is just holding off the aggression on this point all by himself. Hildreth getting picks left, right, and center. Kufril going down. There's no heals for Banana Esports. 95% on Martin. It's been a long time coming. 3 or 4 last pushes that could have gone Lowpander's way so far this round. I feel like this is going to be the one.
Yeah, they actually got a very late pop, and they're managing to lock down both sides, but Khaled actually managed to jump through, and he actually gets the pick onto Hildreth, and no picks whatsoever coming through for Lowpander. They are starting to get cleaned up here by Banana Esports. It's doing a really good job. The Mookie is just playing the point.
It was Papi actually.
Yeah, coming to that lower and just playing the point that manages to cap it to make it 5-0.
5-0. I was quite surprised actually that some of the mistakes Lowpander was making, but it was good that there was some parts of that were quite closely contested. A lot of, I think Bananas were pushing, or sorry, Bananas eSports. Were they pushing Lowpanders last at any point?
I actually cannot remember if they did.
I think we're going to be switching to another game that's going on from the same round. I don't know if we have the connect up yet, but until we do get a connect and until after we review logs for this game, we can have a little chat. So,
yeah,
thoughts on that game?
I think I'm actually surprised by how well Banana Esports actually managed to hold back Lowpander. They managed to stand for 20 minutes against Lowpander. I think that's a very good performance.
They were making pretty good decisions a lot of the time as well, holding off, not pushing risky advantages, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they definitely were playing smart, and they were really trying to win.
And I think Khaled and Kufril had some really good synergy. Like, they were playing so many Uber exchanges really well, pushing off decent advantages in the right situations, and, you know, calling it back when it becomes too risky. I think maybe their scouts had a bit of, like, when it was open play, when it wasn't on last and they weren't just off-classing, I feel like Banana Esports were a bit more disconnected. It was just Khaled and Kufral had really good synergy, and the rest of the team were a bit shakier. On the last, they had a few really good last holds, I think. Yeah. Their off-classes were working really well.
Yeah, they were really good at popping the Uber early and staying alive with off-classes, which were Lowpander. I don't know if it was Lowpander having issues cleaning up those off-classes, or if it was Banana doing a good job staying alive. I'm not completely sure which one it is, but nonetheless, I'll give some credit to Banana Esports for those last holds.
Off-classes are important. It's a big part of a lot of sixes, a big part of Scout especially. But at the end of the day, it was a 5-0. I feel like the logs are going to be really one-sided.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see Funds pretty far up in the logs.
Yeah, Funds and Mr. Epic, the whole game, like, anytime they would be the last ones alive in Lowpander in fights, like, almost always. And that's what you want. You want scouts to be alive at the tail end of a fight, because they would just constantly be cleaning up.
Yeah, scouts is just such a strong class in those late phases of mid, where like either if there's a medic or not a medic, when there's the cleanup phase, let's call it that. Scouts is just so strong at just dishing out like 100 damage there and 50 damage there, just cleaning up those frags.
Yeah, and there's not as many classes that are as good at switching, like in messy fights and focus fire when that becomes a really big thing. Soldiers, a lot of the time it can depend on how much health you have or if you're on the high ground. But with scouts, you can always dodge. You can always switch targets and deal damage, and like if you're not close enough to deal good damage, you can cover that distance really quickly. Scouts is just such a dynamic class.
Yeah, for sure.
When you've got players like Mr. Epic and Funds, they're going to be pretty insane. I think we are switching to this other game